Welcome all sports fans, YouTubers, and Facebookers all across the nation. This is Uneducated Sports Talk, presented by Uneducated Network. I'm your host, Carlos Clayton, and we have great news going on today. Like I said in my last video, we are going to recap the top 100 NFL players of 2016. The NFL Network did that already. I'm going to just recap 10 by 10, pretty much 10 today, 10 tomorrow, until the number one pick. Everyone knows who that is, but I won't spoil it for those who do not know. So I'm going to give my take on how I feel about each player, and we'll have a few NBA news as well. So that's going to be very interesting to talk about. John Calipari, he might be going to the Knicks. We'll find out about that. And then, a few NBA players on the trade for free agency are looking at teams that they will visit Saturday. Saturday, July 1st is the first day of free agency, and so far, so good. The Chris Paul going to Houston, not the best trade in my opinion for what they got in return, but that lets you know that things might be going crazy now. So I'm excited to see about that. But first off, let's talk about the top 100 NFL players. We are doing numbers 100 through 91. Number 100. And it was kind of a shocker on my list. I thought this guy should have been a little bit higher than what he was. Joey Bosa, number 100. The defensive end, or you want to call him outside linebacker in the 3-4 technique for San Diego Chargers. He was a rookie that year. He missed the first 4 games because of injury, other things as well. But the guy came on and had 10.5 sacks in just 12 games. Very dominant. He did his thing. I thought just right there. Yes, it's 12 games, and he did miss 4 games, and he is a rookie, so you don't want to give him too high of a praise. I'm like, he should have been a lot higher than 100, but he had a hell of a season, and now we will see him for a full 16 games as the new Los Angeles Chargers. So that'll be very interesting to see about that. Number 99, another guy I was more worried about him. He should have been higher. Malcolm Butler, the cornerback for the New England Patriots, the Super Bowl champion New England Patriots. The guy who 2 years ago single-handedly gave the Patriots their 4th championship. Not first, but their 4th one against the Seahawks. This guy has been known as a shutdown cornerback now. He's one of those guys. There was a chance that the New England Patriots and New Orleans Saints had a chance to trade Malcolm Butler for, picks and that kind of thing, but through it all ended up not happening. Malcolm Butler stayed with the New England Patriots, and I believe he has 1 year left on his contract, but he is a man-to-man shutdown cornerback, and there's few in this league who can go up against your best defender and shut them down. I thought Malcolm Butler should have been a lot higher than 99, but the peers said he is 99. So, number 98, Adrian Peterson, running back of the New Orleans Saints now. He was of Minnesota Vikings his whole entire career. Well, now things have changed. Last year, he was number 5 on the list. Number 5 in the top 100. Well, he had an injury-plagued season last year. Only had, I believe, 34 snaps the whole entire season. And then he goes out, and now he comes back, and he's number 98. I thought he was going to be outside the top 100 just because of his age and all that. But we all know what happened. Last time, Adrian Peterson had a very bad knee injury. He came back and was busting people's heads up. Now, he's injured, and he's come back for the Saints. And as a Saints fan, like I am a diehard Saints fan, I'm really, really hoping that Adrian Peterson has another magical run in him to dominate the league. So we'll see about that. Number 97, David Castro, the guard for the Pittsburgh Steelers. He's an old school guard. He likes to be physical. He likes to keep pushing. I like those kind of guards. And when you play for the Pittsburgh Steelers at that, you know just how they are. Pittsburgh, grind it out. They're the Memphis Grizzlies of the NBA, Memphis Grizzlies is the Pittsburgh Steelers in the NFL. Let's just say that. But they're that type. So when you get a guard that's nasty and physical, you like that. I think 97 is about a good spot for David right there. 96, we have Damon Harrison, a.k.a. Snacks. They call him man Snacks, and he's been on he has Instagrams, Officer Snacks. But this guy here is a big old dude. He has a motor that you like. And the reason why the Giants only gave up Well, they gave the second fewest points per game in the NFL because he is a big reason why. He's not just a big deep tackle that just clogs the space. Yes, he's a great run stopper, but he is nimble at the point of attack, and I like that about him. I've seen him plenty of times, especially games against the Dallas Cowboys and the Philadelphia Eagles. He did his thing in those games. He's very quick. So 96. No, a lot of these guys are the first time in the top 100. So like Joey Bosa, Malcolm Butler, those guys, this is his first time in the top 100. And we will see him. He's still young, so we'll see him get better and better as years go by. Number 95, Keliki Asimeli. I really hope I said his name right. But that's another big physical specimen for the Oakland Raiders. He plays O-line for them. Guess what? He's big, he is strong, he's athletic, and he is nasty. I love guards, whoever you may be, a tackle or a guard or hell even the center. I like guys who continue their blocking all the way to the whistle. When you gotta play with attitude when you're offensive lineman, because that gets your rest of your offense started. And the same thing with the defense. The lines are the two most important when your offensive line versus your defensive line. They're the two most important aspects of your team success. So, but we're talking offensive line right here. You keep your block going and you show nastiness. It makes everybody else feel a whole lot better. So he does his thing. He's grimy. He's nasty. And I like guys like him. And he is the reason why that Oakland Raiders team is scary, and the reason why I had them going to the Super Bowl this year. I'm telling y'all. Watch out. Number 94, Dante Hightower. Don't call him Donta, please. He does not like that. But no, Dante Hightower, linebacker for the New England Patriots. He probably made the most single-handedly biggest defensive play in the Super Bowl against Matt Ryan and the Falcons when he basically but he just sacked Matt Ryan and had him fumble and they got the ball back, being down, I believe, 16 at that time with still half the fourth quarter to go. So that without that play, I think the Patriots probably still win the game, but the way it was going. But that was still a big, huge play, and he's always at the point of attack. He doesn't stop. He's a leader. Now there's been rumors every single year that he was going to this place or being traded to that place. Well, those rumors stopped. He signed a 4-year deal this offseason to stay with the Patriots, so Patriots fans are happy to see him. And he's still young, so Bill Belichick knows when to keep guys and when to let them go. He knows, let me keep Dante Hightower because this guy is going to do us wonders for the rest of the year. So for the rest of the time he's there. So number 94 is Dante Hightower. Number 93, we got Brandon Graham, DN of the Philadelphia Eagles. Now this Philly team, defensively wise, they're stacked. They are. Especially the front seven, and they have a few good corner plays as well. But that front seven is pretty much stacked, though, especially the D linemen. The D line are stacked. So I love that Philly has an identity on defense. We know that. Their offense is their problem. They're trying to get that fixed. But at the same time, a defense will carry an offense all the time. Rarely will you see an offense carry a defense. It just doesn't happen. But a defense will carry an offense. And when you're in the NFC East, where it is up for anybody to win that division, because all four of those teams can come out and look good. So it's up to anybody. And I think that you get a great defensive line, then your offense will come along. So that being said, he is relentless. Rusher or relentless. He just keeps coming. And you like that about any D lineman who has a motor. You got to keep going. Just like I said, an O-line, when they block, and you keep your block until the whistle blows. Same thing with D linemen. You keep going. No matter how many times you get pushed down, get back up. No matter how many times you are pushed outside of the tackle restriction area, you keep moving and come back in. I like guys who don't stop, never give up on plays, and he's one of those guys, man. So number 92, Everson Griffin, the DN for the Minnesota Vikings, and this guy here in that 4-3 defense, he's humming. He's humming, and he's a big freak specimen of a pass rusher, man. And he comes every single snap, no lie. I mean, I talk about Brandon Graham, but this guy, Griffin, comes in every single play. It doesn't matter what he's on, he is coming. I mean, when you say hut or whatever, that ball is snapped, he is shooting like a rocket towards everybody. So 92, I like that spot. First time on there, so he's looking pretty good, and I'm excited to see what he brings to that Minnesota defense next year. Hopefully they have the offense to balance that defense, because that defense will take Minnesota wherever they want to be if the offense can kind of make a few plays here and there. So, at number 91, Lorenzo Alexander, linebacker of the Bills. He's an older guy. This is his first time on there, and congrats to him for never giving up. I like his story, how he was just patiently waiting all these years to get his shot at being a starter. He finally got it, made some big plays, did his thing. Number 91, it's about good for him. Lorenzo Alexander. We'll talk more when we get into the 40s and 30s and the 20s. We'll say, oh, okay, that guy didn't belong in this place. So when you're in the 90s, it's for a reason. So when you're in the 100s all the way to the 90s, I did think that Malcolm Butler and Joey Bosa deserved to be a little bit higher, but I don't make that. It's the NFL peer. So, but Lorenzo Alexander did his thing. It's inspirational story when you're pretty much a no one. You stuck to special teams your whole entire career, and you finally get that break. I like guys who take advantage of that break that they get. So that's Lorenzo Alexander. So that's the top, the first 10 in the top 100. You get Joey Bosa 100, Malcolm Butler 99, Adrian Peterson 98. You get David Castro 97, Damon Harrison 96. You got Kaleki Osemele 95, Dante Hightower 94. Do not call him Donta. 93 Brandon Graham, 92 Everson Griffin, and 91 Lorenzo Alexander. That wraps the year first 10 out of the top 100. Now, with that being said, we will continue to go down. We will talk 90 through 81 next episode about that, and I give my little take on each person and where they're ranking at. And be on the lookout. I want to talk about this for a second. We'll have a 32 for 32. You know, they have 30 for 30 specials. Well, I call it a 32 for 32. We're going to talk about 32 NFL teams in 32 days. So each team, right before the first preseason game pops up, 32 days before the preseason game, I will talk about every single team and their aspect and what I think about their future or their regular season and how they will look in this particular season. So I'm going to just be real. I'm going to probably start it off with probably the Patriots, just because they are the defending Super Bowl champions. So we'll do that. Much respect to those guys. So that being said, I call it 32 for 32. So 32 days before the NFL season kicks off. So be on the lookout. It's in a few days. 32 days before the NFL preseason kicks off, I'll give my 32 for 32. Every team, I was talking aspect about what they need to do to be successful or what they need to do to get better. And so we'll find that out. Now, on the more basketball news, like I said, free agency does start on Saturday, July 1st. And like I said earlier, I'm pumped about it. It's crazy when the offseason is more exciting than the regular season that just passed. Let's be honest. You still got the likes of Paul George trying to go somewhere. You still have the likes of Gordon Hayward. We all know that Chris Paul went to Houston. There's still Paul Millsap. There's still Blake Griffin. So here we go. On that, Blake Griffin already reportedly Saturday said he is meeting with the Phoenix Suns. Does Phoenix have a chance? Not at all. But money does talk. But if I'm Blake Griffin, why go to Phoenix when they have nothing going on? When I can stay in my comfort zone in LA, there's nothing going on as well. So, when I say Phoenix has a little something going on, let me be honest with you, because they did acquire Josh Jackson from the draft. They had Devin Booker, who can score the ball. He did score 70 points in one game against the Boston Celtics, who was the best team in the East record-wise. So they had those things going on, but when you're in a comfort zone and you've been there, done that in this city, you call it home basically, and then you still get decent pieces as in Patrick Beverly, and you got Lou Williams off the bench, and then you can still play with maybe DeAndre Jordan, depends on if he gets traded or not. So there's still pieces to build around. But with that being said, I think Phoenix still doesn't have a chance to get Blake. I think ultimately Blake stays. He gets that 5 years, probably darn near $200 million contract. He's going to get it and run with it, and I don't blame him for that. I don't know if it's actually $200 million, but it's going to be a lot of money if he stays for the 5 years with the Clippers. And then even bigger news, in my opinion, Gordon Hayward has officially said he has declined his option. We knew that was coming with the Jazz. He has declined his option. He will be meeting with the Celtics and the Heat. So those two teams really have a good chance of getting Gordon Hayward. Those are the teams looking at. Of course, Miami, there is no sales tax, no income tax kind of thing, no sales tax, excuse me. So, and in Boston, that team is on the rise. So Boston can ultimately get him by just, hey, here's $25 million per year, here you go. Or they can get him by assets and trading. So just like with Chris Paul, he opted back into his contract with the Clippers to get traded by the Rockets. Same thing can probably happen if Boston decides to go that route. Now, Boston has the most assets ever. Right now, they have $29 million under the cap. And they have so much young talent that they can go with. Now, eventually, you got to pay Isaiah Thomas. If he has another breakout year this year especially, you're going to have to pay the man some money. So what do you think I think they will try and get trade value, assets. You got the number 3 pick overall last year in Jaylen Brown. Number 3 pick overall this year in Jason Tatum. I mean, you got Marcus Smart, who's every year getting better and better. You still have Avery Bradley, who can, he is useful to somebody. You have those guys. So you could also, there's a scenario where the Boston Celtics can still get Paul George and Gordon Hayward at the same time. Can you imagine that team? Oh, God. Wow. That would be a crazy team. Paul George, Gordon Hayward, Isaiah Thomas, and you add an Al Horford, maybe a Jay Crowder, something like that. They can still get those pieces. Yes, my thing is eventually all those draft picks you have, eventually Boston's going to use them for something big. They're going to use them for something huge, something crazy. So if I'm the Pacers, and I want Paul George gone, I'm bringing him to the Celtics. Give me some of those picks. Give me that. I want that New Jersey, the Brooklyn Nets 2018 pick. You can have Paul George. Have Paul George. We'll take that number 1 pick or whatever it's going to be, and we'll take a few more picks at that, and then you can have Paul George, man. So if I'm Boston, I'm really itching, hey, let's get Paul George, because I would love that. But Gordon Hayward is not a bad pick as well. Now, I don't see both of those guys on the same team. It's just not going to happen. But, it's a situation could, but I don't see it happening. I'm going with Paul George. If I'm a Celtics fan, we're trying to do that. But let's get Gordon Hayward first. If we can't get Gordon Hayward, let's set our eyes on Paul George. So that's how it's going down right now. But on a bigger news, there are rumors that came out that my man John Calipari, or Calipari, however you want to say it, everyone knows my man Phil Jackson got fired from the Knicks as president. We all saw that coming. We all thought Phil was doing it on purpose, to be honest. We all thought Phil was like, you know what, the hell with this. Let me draft these 2 foreign guys that no one knows so I can definitely get my snap out of here. It's almost like he was trying to lose on purpose to get out. I don't know. When things hit the fan, it's basically a big F-U to Carmelo Anthony, I'm pretty sure. But the Knicks do fire Phil Jackson. And with that being said, John Calipari, he was like, you know what? The rumors have it. This is rumors. Rumors saying that Calipari is very interested in being the next New York Knicks president, but he wants to be the head coach as well. That is great. The man makes $8 million in Kentucky. I think New York can pay him just about that or more. And if he can revitalize that franchise and bring in the glory, we got something going on here. And all of a sudden, now things look good. We all know his tenure with the New Jersey Nets way back in the day. And he only spent maybe 2.5 years with the Nets, I believe, maybe lower than that. And it was a bad case, worst case scenario kind of thing for him. And he just wanted to get out and go to the NBA, be his own man. Well, now he's established who he is. He is the great John Calipari. If he can make the Knicks relevant once again and bring them back to prominence, now you got something going on. You get the game as one of the greatest coaches ever. Just saying. But then he's in Egypt coaching the 19 and under USA team. He tweeted out basically those rumors are absolutely false. Where have I heard that before? Nick Saban. I've heard it from plenty of coaches that come out and say rumors are false. I want to be with this team. This is my team. I'm not going anywhere anytime soon. Cut the crap. I know in a few more days, if things get tricky, Get tricky. Get tricky. Tricky. Hey, but no, if things get a little tricky, well, John Calipari might be the next president of the New York Knicks, or might be the next head coach of the New York Knicks. And I would not be shocked at all if he is within the next 2 weeks. Something comes out and like, you know what, the rumors are actually kind of true. Let's go. But I'm gonna be honest, John Calipari is not going to stay in Kentucky. He's not. I think he really wants to prove himself the last hurrah in the NBA level. He wants to prove himself. Who knows? I heard Scott Van Pelt talking earlier and was like, hey, that grind of having to recruit every single year. Now, it's not as bad as football. It's not. Because in basketball, you're only getting about 20 kids. In the football, you're getting about 80. That's crazy. But in basketball, you gotta, in college, you gotta recruit every single year and recruit at a high level. And when you're with Kentucky, so that can kind of get on you. But now you get that same kind of money and you're with the same squad for a 3-4 year period. Now you feel a little better. It's not that much headache going on. So I really think this rumors are true that John Calipari, somewhere somebody told somebody that John Calipari knows who he told. Nah. But I think the rumors are somewhat true. I think John Calipari is very interested in that job. We will find out in a couple weeks maybe, or a week. You never know. But that being said, comment, subscribe. Do you think John Calipari is going to the New York Knicks as a president, head coach? Let me know. How do you feel about the top 100 through 91 so far in the NFL top? Do you think Joey Bosa and Malcolm Butler were ranked a little low? Do you think they should be a little higher? Let me know. And is Blake Griffin staying with the Los Angeles Clippers, or will he move to the Phoenix Suns? Comment, give me your thoughts on that. The Uneducated Network, it's going to be the bomb. I guarantee you guys. Please check that out within a month. So I need everyone to subscribe. So if you are a fan of this show, subscribe to Uneducated Network. I guarantee you guys will get first dibs on everything. Grand prizes going out. We will have everything rocking and rolling for you guys. I promise it's going to be a blast. So subscribe, share, comment, everything to the Uneducated Network. We will love that. And we love your support. And I thank all my fans that are watching this show all the time. So thank you guys. That being said, like I said, next episode we will talk 90 to 81 of the NFL players and probably more basketball news, I'm pretty sure, because the basketball news just keeps rolling right now. But training camp for football is right around the corner, about a month away. So let's go with that. We're excited about that. Maybe more football news will come out. You don't know, but we'll see. So Uneducated Network presents Uneducated Sports Talk. I'm your host, Carlos Clayton, and as always, sports fans, stay smart, stay uneducated. Peace.